Hello, boys and girls. My name is Yoshi, and welcome back to my, 100% playthrough of Pokémon Legends Z-A for the Nintendo Switch 2, now being done as a 100% run, where in the last video we left off, basically, long story short, going around and finding out that we can keep spamming the crap out of this specific thing to catch a very rare Pokemon that we're trying to go for. Eevee. We need a bunch of them for Eeveelutions, and I've decided, I don't know why, but I want to do some Eevee farming. It could be really hard to remember to do it, though. As you might have guessed, the only way to do it is to just keep waiting the cycles, and I think if they it counts as them leaving too, so we have to probably set more stuff if they don't even spawn in at all, because sometimes they won't even spawn in as the right Pokemon, so you'll have to just basically wait until you get stuff done. That's the only thing you can do, really. I don't want to go right on that. Of course, it's not always guaranteed that they'll show up. Sometimes they won't at all. How we'll probably kill time forever is if they like run or they do get caught but don't get caught properly, then it'll make it trickier. It's funny though, we found something even rarer than that Dratini, which I don't believe we owned either, using that method I just mentioned. But yeah, I'm using that because in the future I want to start EV training and doing some other stuff while we're at it. I can't do this doing anything else, I think. So I think to balance it out, I think whenever we don't have something to do, we'll probably just go over to the Wild Zone 20, or actually mix it up by doing the alternate strat, which I've seen you see me use a bit too, which is going into Wild Zone 19, which is usually how I caught Eevee in the future. But it's not really the way to do it now. Anyways, we need to burn this stuff away here to even get to Eevee here. It's really strange is it always it's right next to here. And that's what makes it so tricky, because, like, you have to burn away to even see it, but then you might not even catch it at all. But, okay, that time we caught it, so that helped out a bit. Anyways, the reason why I marked there, because that's apparently the best place to find Eevee, because what happens if you don't get the right one is all you really do is just keep resetting until you find it, and that's it. I think you need, what, like 8 of them or something for all the evolutions right now? Anyways, that's a main thing I want to try and get done today, because long story short, we do need to start focusing a little bit more on our Pokedex, because one of our main things we need to get is the main Pokemon Hex of Luminose done, but also a Pokedex on top of that. There's so many things we have to do, and it's so tough to do them all as a result. I think an alternative way to get this done is to just sneak up, probably, to it. Noticing me and then getting stuff done. Of course, since I've gone so early, no time has passed enough for it to appear. Guess we could maybe ball it at the time taking out Phil's route, but make it more riskier. I straight up missed also. There's a chance that just straight up misses as a result. I don't know, we even did that, but there Literally, we cannot save child Venusaur now, which is a little annoying. I kind of wanted to move him out already. Okay, we finally defeated the one that did that. Probably hiding here would be safer then. If it doesn't spawn, we have to quickly run over and sleep on the bench instead. So why did he even attack us at all? I don't know. There's also a chance that nothing spawns too sometimes. There's not really a good way of knowing about that. Alright. That definitely killed a lot of time there, I'll say that much. Hopefully now it shows up. I think it is just straight up random though, whether or not it shows up. So yeah, annoyingly enough, this is one of the faster strategies to get it to spawn in. Because the other late game alternative doesn't come until much later, and if you don't see it, you just have to keep refreshing over and over again. This is literally all you do basically to get Eevee early. You just keep spamming the same thing over and over and over again until it finally gives you Eevee, and then you try to catch it, obviously. You could do what I do and just spam balls at it, or you could... Ooh, okay. Okay, that didn't really change anything. In fact, that made it worser. Could it be also because we're so late, it's Dratini and not actually Eevee? That could be why it's taking so long to respawn. There's a good chance we already got one anyway. I have to check though. Because if not, we might catch that actually instead for now. We do need a Dragonair too. We might not be. If we don't have Eva War, then that could be tricky. Yeah, of course we don't have it because we just seen it. Alright. Oh, this is bad. We kind of have to get this Pokemon, but it's also not going to be easy. It runs away super fast. Harder to catch than the other thing. Also feels like it's only going to show up in daytime, too. Didn't look like Drowsy even did anything to it. It just ran anyway. So we just have to sneak up on it like every other Pokemon, I guess. But yeah, anyways, in the early game, that's where you would find Eevee, or somewhere close to around there. It could be that I'm actually not in the right spot. What if we actually have to go even further over? Ah, here we go. See, look, now there's an Eevee, but I just was going in the wrong spot. I'm gonna do this the old-fashioned way this time. I'm not waiting around anymore. We're just gonna keep throwing the balls until we catch the sucker, and yeah, okay, so I guess we were sort of close, just not close enough, apparently. We were quite far off, actually, but yeah, there's a bench here. You can reset and catch this every day until you get Eevee enough times, and then you can get that done. Well, I guess we definitely did accomplish something in that we did get Eevee quite a bit. Who's this? They're just kind of hanging out here. I don't see that. You don't see that species too often, so I approve of that choice. Oh, they're just talking. Nothing. I thought that looked interesting to check out, but nope. It was funny to look at, though, I guess. But yeah, long story short, we're gonna be catching that because, yeah, long story short, starting now, our second Pokemon that rotates in are going to be whatever Pokemon we're using, and I think for now I actually want to main a couple of Pokemon. But before we do that, I want to save a little bit of time by doing stuff now because We've gotten to a point where we've done so much stuff, yet we've not actually evolved any of our Eevees yet. So I think it's fitting now that we should try and do that now while we still can. I just realized these are also benches. What if we can hang out here instead? No, apparently not. Alright, long story short though, but yeah, basically we're at the point in the game where I really need to start evolving Pokemon both for their Mega Evolutions and so much other stuff. I don't know a really better way to do that, unfortunately, so for now, we're just gonna set up our party as such, and since Embor needs to level up, I'm going to have them in as well, and the rest we're just gonna put out entirely. And then one by one, we're just gonna find all our Eevees so we can evolve them. Yeah, get it? That's saying something really funny, I think. I know we've got a lot of them, just don't know if we have enough for what we're doing. So for now, we're just gonna focus on getting 4 at a time, and each of those 4 we're then going to evolve. Doesn't seem like we're giving them much of a choice, of course, in the matter, but then again, we're not that other person from the anime who I've kind of forgotten by about since I've been so long, but yeah. We want to evolve our Eevee, of course, because we need to get the 100% completed, so I'm going to do it in the order I think I know how to do, so that means, since Firestone's at the top of the list, we're getting Flareon first. By the way, I guess since we're going at this now, what is your favorite evolution in this game? Let me know in the comments. I have no clue because I do not use Eevee much at all, but it's just something you can do. We almost got a Leafeon, I think, one time, but otherwise didn't really get any. And we do need to evolve Pokemon for other humans anyway. It's not like we can also see them very easily too, so yeah, our only option really is just evolve them all. That's why we've been catching so many all the time, because we need to evolve them all if we want to get all the Pokédex entries, and this is a big one to always focus on. So yeah, that's why we're starting with the classic trio here. By the way, don't worry about Leaf and Ice Stones. Those you can also use to just evolve them later, whenever you get around to that. So yeah, we got the classic trio in here, and now we're going to actually evolve the other one. And if you're wondering how we do that, well, this one, the strat is actually pretty quick because the suit battle does actually matter. It actually reduces the number of cafe visits you can do, and it doesn't matter which cafe you use, really. Just any that's nearby will matter. Is all that really matters. And then you can pass the time of day to day or night again to help it out. And it's also much easier to figure out in this game. But yeah, long story short though, we want to bring out the Pokemon we want to use. And then just keep spamming the thing over and over again like we did before. Because apparently that raises friendship. That is the fastest way to raise friendship in this game. So that means friendship raising is super easy in this game. And then how do you speedrun it further is you give this to your Pokemon and it reduces how many times you actually have to go to the cafe then. So we'll put that on Eevee, and then all we do is just spam the button. That's the foul way to do it, because we don't care about what slot we have here. Also, this is a really weird angle, but maybe we'll pick a different one. We might switch because of that. But yeah, I know for sure we have to do the same one. And whoever is your lead Pokemon is the one that joins you. But yeah, for some reason, this raises friendship. Similar-ish, like, also using items also raises their friendship, too. But yeah, we basically have to just keep doing that. I'm gonna have to figure out which one works first, and then just kind of decide based off of that. Of course, the only problem is, yeah, this does cost money, and we do also need money for other stuff, so it's not something I want to use all the time, but okay, well, yeah, that did help out a lot. Just free visits is all it took. Gonna know. Free visits seems to be all Eevee needs, at least for now, to evolve. And we kind of just kept to whatever because there's a version where you evolve Eevee with a fairy type move and it becomes Sylveon, as we see now, or we can remove the fairy moves entirely and make it evolve into something else. I think that's what I want to do next. So, yeah, we'll put away this. And now we just switch these Eevee for something else instead. But yeah, this alone is going to get us probably most of our entries in the Pokédex otherwise. So yeah, very important that we do this. If we see an evolution ourselves too, we could skip that entirely. If we choose to. To be fair though, we didn't really see many early on. Kind of just happened to catch one or two of them, but maybe not focus on them necessarily. I did catch one when I saw it first, and I was very fortunate, but we still need more than that if we want to get stuff done. Okay, oh, here's another one I completely forgot about. Oh, that's perfect, because we could do other stuff. Something we could also do once we start having trouble is we could just find the specific Pokemon too, which will help out a little bit later. Right, well now we have to actually change movesets, because as you can see, sometimes they will know a fairy type move. The only way to fix that is to go to each one manually. And sometimes if they're too strong, they might already have one and not have another option. Whereas you'll have to first get them to stuff. But anyways, yeah, so we can also see on the bottom if they have the right moves or not. If they don't have that, then they'll evolve into either Espeon or Umbreon, depending on what time of day you level them up at. I will say, I do not like that spot. Now, yeah, not at all. So, let's go with this one instead, which has both a Pokemon Center and a cafe nearby, because Pokemon Centers have benches, so we can use that. Otherwise, yeah, I've decided we're gonna do the rest of this, and then we'll probably come back to this later once we can do the other evolutions. For now, though, yeah, let's find the Soothe Bell. We should probably also figure that item as well, just before. We can put favorites first there. Oh, it's from here, and yeah, now that makes it easier. Wanted the Lucky Egg as a favorite for that reason, too. Alright, well. Gotta evolve them at some point. Oh, let's do this again. We need to do this another 3 times. Oh, we found a cheaper alternative now. So much faster now. There are other different games that have ways to also speed up friendship, but typically they're very limited. In this game, this is not limited. You can do this as many times as you want, and this will give you all of your friendship levels, friendship evolution super fast if you do it this way. But of course, this is only the start of the game. We're still going to do more, because as you know, we also need to do other crazy things. And with crazy, I mean, once again, going back into battle zones and doing stuff, because as safe as we are now, we still can't escape the battle zones quite yet. And of course, we need to evolve our starters anyway, so it's not like we can skip that either. Alright. Well, I definitely am counting that correctly, that's for sure. Also, I think after the first evolution now, we can just swap that belt over to the other Eevee since we haven't already, which saves us a little bit of time. Benulene? Alright. Anyways, because it's daytime, we get Espeon, and now we don't have to worry about the fairy type move nonsense anymore. Now we can switch that over to this Eevee and pull him out, so we can get this done. Oh, but before we do that, though, this is where the Pokemon Center comes in now. We can only get Umbreon at night, so time to switch once more. All the way to nighttime this time. And then we'll do the cafe visit again. And this time we'll get Umbreon. Once we get these done, the only thing that will be left is use an Ice Stone. And then a Leaf Stone on 2 different Eevee to get those evolutions next, and we'll be done just like that. To be fair, there's not been much evolutions added since they came out, but it is still a big part of the game. Of course, once you get this once on one game, you can just trade them over to the other games to make it a little bit easier, but since this game doesn't have trading, you have to do them all individually, unfortunately. Alright. And yes, of course we're not interested in doing the photo mode. We can care less about it. We're only here for the friendship, boys. And so, as a result, what you get doesn't really matter, I think. I think those are supposed to affect your stats in some way, which is why they look different. But otherwise, if we're just considering friendship points, it doesn't matter. It'll take the same amount of visits each time. So ideally, you want something super cheap then. I know what's the absolute cheapest, but this one's definitely a decent one. Because it's also really close to the Pokemon Center, so I picked this one so we don't have to walk as far. Alright. And from here, we'll probably just go down the list evolving our Pokemon until then. We should be fine then. This also gets us closer to a certain amount of evolutions. Eeveelutions, research tasks as well, so that helps out a bit. Alright, now, just gotta put away this hell item, and now we're gonna show you the real strategy we're going to be doing, because of course, we still need to do the other Pokemon too. The easiest way I found to do this is I'm just gonna start with random starters. I honestly don't really care which ones I pick. I'm just gonna each starter one by one, and we'll actually start with the one I just found now, which is this Fennekin first. And then we'll just try to load them up and evolve them. Whichever one has a higher level, we could also try using the Lucky Egg on as well, but for now I don't think I really need it. We also use EXP stuff, but I think those are better used on harder to get starters. Alright, well, let's do the other main starters next, because they took a while to get at first. Charmander, Settle, all that stuff. We need all those starters evolved. This is the last main starter of the game, so we'll do that next so we can have all those done. Yeah, weird. We got 2 Pokemon for all the way there. Also, I just realized some of them can already evolve because they're really high level. I guess that saves us time, so I guess we're just clicking through all the different evolutions fast. I guess that's very convenient then. So that means the only stars we actually need to level up properly are the Kalos ones then. Okay, we're kind of just going across the video, but could do others, I guess. But yeah, gotta get these one way or another. A better way to do that than to evolve them all in a row. Since we're on Totodile, we'll save a bit of time by just evolving them again immediately afterwards. How about that? So yeah, lots of cookie for evolutions in this video, but to be fair, as you might have noticed, now that I'm going for 100%, we gotta click through these at some point. Guess it's convenient we don't actually have to level them up then, but for other Pokemon, we're gonna have to do that for sure, so we need to prepare that ahead of time. One of them I do want to try and prepare is Dratini, though, which is why I tried to get it earlier. It didn't seem to work, though. I think I'll try again in the start of the next video, maybe. Now I know where it is. Hopefully we can just get it right away. It's one that we could get potentially early, but it's really hard to get otherwise. Alright. This star is pretty reminiscent, because this is what our rival has right now, which we now have as well. Because why not? And then we have Fennekin evolve in next. But yeah, it's a lot of clicking for evolutions. Pretty soon, though, we'll have to also get Everts, too. Okay. Skip that a bit. This one we could evolve right away. Got a lot of starters caught. We kind of just hided them all while waiting for some others to show up and then kind of forgot about it. Now we kind of stopped. Okay, I think we ran out of them again. Okay. Wait, what if the Pokedex lets me see where to find it? That would be cool. Yeah, now we have a big chunk of this part done, which we previously didn't have at all, which saved us a lot of time now. Okay. Yeah, we pretty much have all the main starters done now. So now we need the Kalos starters. What's funny is they're all scattered about. They don't have anything interesting otherwise. Okay, well, let's find the Kalos starters now. They're a little bit earlier on now. Well, just like before, we should probably search the boxes for them. Let's start with Froakie first. Yeah, he's all the way over here. Then we can switch over to the other one, which is also pretty close to the top, actually. Oh, these on the same box, actually. Pretty much exactly the same box. Alright. Alright, now let's keep evolving. From here, I'm not really sure where to go, so we'll probably have to focus on different evolutions. Might be something we have to look at the box first, and then use that to figure out whether or not we should evolve it or not, or whether or not we have to level it up or not. And there's still the trade evolutions, too. Yeah, we almost forgot about those, too. Some of those will be extra tricky. Those I plan on just maybe doing all at once. Of course, I'm gonna try and save time by not showing the code, because I don't want to show that off. I want people to find out that kind of stuff themselves, if possible. Okay, well, I already did Bellspat. I know that for a fact. I have plenty of Slowpoke, so one just needs to be traded, and then the other needs to be evolved later. Vinorak I also already have its evolution. Paladin, I don't know if Hippopotamus has his evolution. I know Honedge doesn't even have its evolution now, but it also could be a trading Pokemon. But I think we also got Aegislash recently, so I don't know. I know for a fact it levels up and gets something, right? Here I am, still being confused as to what to do, though. You know what? Alright, I think we've waited long enough. We need to get a Flabebe up next, actually. I know this hasn't been caught necessarily yet. Maybe. Actually, no, wait. Maybe it did. See, I'm kind of contradicting myself. Now I think that I have all the evolutions, but in reality, I don't. Oof. I have both of these already. You know why? A lot of the Pokemon we already evolved into stuff already, so there's a lot we can't do for them anymore, which is a little annoying, honestly. But, it is what it is. Well, okay. Right, I don't care anymore. I don't want to waste time before I mess up anymore. Let's just move this Flabebe in and just start leveling up that. I will see if we can evolve it or not. If not, then we'll probably just sun our stuff. But yeah. We're spending too much time raising Pokemon instead of actually leveling them up. But to be fair, we need to fill up our Pokedex a lot anyway. Man, that was a lot filled up just now. Alright, now we need to actually go to the battle zone. Surprise, surprise, if you're wondering what our strategy is, it's going to be just going back in here and battle zoning. And we're going to try and do it with the Pokemon that we can use alphas with. Whoa. That delayed so much that also I didn't even see it was all the way over there. Yeah, no, wait. Hey, we're going to really see anything. Okay, but yeah, from here, our main Pokemon that we have here is probably going to typically take out everyone. Oh, hang on. Ooh. Well, at least we took him out. And see if ours got taken out the same time there, or not. It's very close either way. Of course it did. Of course it did. Well, time to revive him immediately. Well, we saw the evolution now, so we could change him out now. Okay, who do I actually want in now? I have no idea where I threw my Gardevoir. All the way here, clearly. Not great. Doesn't really matter what we keep, by the way, because, oh, actually... Hang on. Now that we've seen his Y form, we can also just put that back in case we need that for a different Mewtwo. Alright, now we'll put Gardevoir back, I guess, for now. But yeah, my idea is at some point get a Mega Stone for each character. And also, speaking of which, while we're at it, we haven't even seen Gardevoir's Mega Evolution on our own end. Even though I probably have, I think it'd be fun to show that off. We did get this at the start of the game and kind of forgot about it. Also, now these could evolve, so let's just evolve them too while we're at it. But yeah, we're gonna go around evolving quite a few different Pokemon at once. One main one we're gonna try and keep in though a lot though, when we get a chance, is obviously Dratini, because Dratini is a really hard one to find otherwise. But yeah, long story short, this is what we're doing. There's not much we could do otherwise. Alright. Didn't see me. Perfect. Of course, our main Pokemon are pretty tough, so they probably won't get taken out necessarily. Then the only annoying part will be having to change. Consoy from having a different Pokemon pop up than what we want to see. And of course the other stuff, but then again, that's the kind of thing you have to do if you want to grind in a battle zone. Alright. Our Saiyapo is pretty strong, so any fighting type Pokemon don't really stand a chance here either, which is good. Plus, obviously, I leveled them up to 100, so hopefully they could take on pretty much any Pokemon. I know there's a strategy where you could just do this with one Pokemon, but honestly, I don't really care. We're just grinding for Pokemon levels, it's fine. If we don't get all this stuff done, it's still better than nothing. They really like summoning this Mega Bombshell all the time, by the way. Okay, well now for sure we've seen Mega Gardevoir, so if we want to, we can change to another Mega Evolution. I might just have to go down the list and see what works and what doesn't. Of course, we're going to have to let the Mega Evolution run out. I forgot to mention, that's important. If you, I think, remove the Pokemon or something, it doesn't necessarily cancel it. So you do need to actually, like, finish it off completely. And by that, I mean, like, literally doing that. Okay. Confuse our Pokemon could actually work, you know, this time. Because, to be fair, we do have a Psychic Pokemon that could use that other move, but we have her using Eeveelutions right now, which is probably better anyways for catching. And of course we have an Emboar that's decently powerful too. Okay. Fine, so far. Right now we're just trying to get wins mainly. That's all we really need to grind these Pokemon up. Oh boy, I think we got all of our evolutions. Oh, okay, not quite, but we can get the babies at least. Some of the others will take a bit longer, but battle zones are definitely the fastest way to level up. And then for some of the tougher Pokemon to get evolved, we can just use our XP stuff on them instead of our own Pokemon, now that we are getting closer to level 100 anyway. Alright, well that got us a full ad. So I knew we already had full ad. It's not at all, I'm just gonna check the Pokedex now. I should just look at what's missing and then just kind of narrow down what we need. We need Meowstic. We need Clefable, but that evolves with a Moonstone. We need Honedge, that's for sure. We also need Gallade. I don't know if we got a Ralts or not. We also need Spritzy. We don't have that either. We need Vanillux as well. We need Machamp, but that one's kind of hard to get. We need Slowcane. Oh, we need all of Electric Shrine, and we never really did that either. Yeah, so we'll have to get that too. Oh, we were also trying to get Sligio up, but Sligio is also really trolly, I think, to evolve too. And also, somehow we've not found a single Alucha, despite getting it so early. And then also we need Candelure, but that also is gotten from leveling up. And then we need Pupitar, which we had to use in a previous battle already. And then this is just Brocadeer's evolution. So we're actually otherwise pretty close. Alright, well, that means we don't need 4 guests then, so I guess I was wasting my time after all. I'd see if we need Crocodile, and I think we already got that. We could also just try leveling up our other new Pokemon we got. Oh yeah, we did get Exoslash. Yeah, so that part was correct. Right, then let's get Honedge's evolution first then. I believe it's on one of the earlier boxes. Yep. That's going to be our replacement now, and then we're going to focus on the rest. Other than that, we're actually pretty on top of our game when it comes to Pokedex entries. Went from having not much to now back, not as much as I thought, up to 20. And then from there, there's just a couple of Stone Evolutions and other willy-nilly stuff to go. And I know Honedge probably evolves with levels first, but its last evolution is where I think it just evolves using, you know, those items that we need to find that are so hard to find. I'm gonna run against the wall so she won't see me, and there we go. We're trying to main Gardevoir because we'll get more experience if we use her in battle, if you're wondering. It's mainly why we're using her, so we can train her at the same time as the others. So I guess we could train her using a Mega Evolution Stone, but we wanted to use the Mega Stone first just to see our Mega Evolution at least one time. And an Emboar is our main, we're not going to really remove him from much else, obviously, so I like having him in. Okay, still don't have enough. Guess we'll do what we've been doing last time. What that means is, switching battle zones. Oh, classic. I did the mistake again. I hate when it just... Because as I mash so fast, I often just leave a marker when I don't mean to. Okay, well, honestly, I'd rather have that than the other one. Okay, I'll just run here. There's another person nearby, too. So far, I've actually stayed undetected mostly, though. Oh yeah, it'll also show you, I forgot, on the side. If you're careful, it'll show you exactly when you need to Mega Evolve. Also, this is kind of weird. We can super affect poison types, but because Gardevoir is also fairy type, it also works against her too, which is kind of odd, honestly. Yeah, there was no way I were going to avoid this. We pretty much have to get down here. Not much we can do about it. When they're facing that way, it's honestly faster to just let them catch you. You could still kind of defeat them quickly anyway. Okay, well, we're slowly getting moves with all of them, but no one's doing anything else otherwise. But by the way, when we run low on HP, we just use auto heal. That's why we also bought all those side items. And to be fair, we also need money anyway. So it's like, even if we didn't need to grind battle zones, we still probably need to anyways, just to get all the Mega Stones from that one store. That's probably the biggest reason for doing this. Okay, we're kind of stuck. This guy is a Slowbro, but we only have 2 other Pokemon. But that's where another trick comes in. Yeah, if we run into something bad, we can always just switch to a Pokemon that best works against them, or at least has more weaknesses that it can exploit. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep in Emboar, but we'll move in Raichu just to use against this Pokemon. And he's also now level 100 too. We can also do it for the stone stuff too, but I think it's funner to do it this way. Okay, yeah, I think it was like 36 or something when they can finally evolve. Alright. Oh, perfect. Electric versus electric. This is gonna be interesting. 2 electric types facing off, but we are the one that are victorious. To be fair, we're 100 Raichu with a light ball, which is quite busted for this point of the game anyway. And just wait, we get to... We'll see his Mega Evolution soon, too. That would be really cool when that happens. We see a lot of Lopunning, by the way. Mega Evolving as well. That's something that we keep seeing a lot, too. A Mega Defeat, he says, huh? Okay, well, now that that's done, I do still want to use them, so we'll do that next. Okay, Honedge is just a little bit away, I think, from evolving. Alright, now breaks in. And the other starters get to evolve, and then we get to put in, I believe, Esper, or Meowstick. Oh, there's Mystical Fire. Another move we've been seeing used a lot on us. Whenever we find a Delphox, that is. Or other Pokemon have been using it too, likely. They're also Fire type. Then we get Chestnut. And then, personally, my favorite, and the one I actually used when I played X and Y, Greninja. This was my starter, funnily enough, in X and Y. Yes, I have an O in X and Y files still, and this was my starter. So yeah, I definitely have a big fan of Greninja, especially his cool water shuriken move, since it hits multiple times and is actually pretty damaging. Normally multi-hitting moves aren't typically great, but for some reason that one's really good. Because it just is water type and it hits multiple times as well. It just really cool. It's just really cool, man. I like it like that. Alright, so we need Esper. That's probably going to be near the beginning, if not really early on. We also need a Vanillish that we can evolve into a Vanillux, so yeah, we'll put that in next. Then we'll put in... Who in the heck do we need now? Oh yeah, right. We need Esper, which we found. Don't know if Esper evolves with high enough friendship yet. Just in case, we might put the bell on it anyway. By the way, I have no idea if I removed the bell from the earlier video or on in the video rather when I was doing the Eevee. Oh well, if I forgot, then I'll try to remember next time then. Okay, who else? Oh yeah, we got all these monkey Pokemon too. Yeah, I forgot. We evolved all those right away too. To be fair, that's one of the ever first faints we did. So to be fair, that was gonna be done anyway. Alright, let's actually check our Pokedex now. Fable we don't need. Honedge we need. That's Eeveelution. Actually almost done. Most of this is late game now. Oh, Crocodile is one of them. So then the last one we'll put in is a Crocodile. Or rather, not a Crocodile, a Crocorock, which we have here, which is the high enough. We'll put those in next, and yeah, we'll start claiming those, I guess. Also, we went straight to level 45 just catching those two Pokemon. That is how much of difference it made catching different Pokemon. And pretty soon we'll be able to focus down some of those tighter research requests as well, and then maybe release the Pokemon we don't need. But anyway, it's up to you as it is to keep playing now. Yeah, we unfortunately have to stop. Sorry to burst your bubble, guys, but it's that time again. Time to end the episode time once again. But still, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.